Hello, everyone. Welcome to EduTALK. EduTALK is a weekly virtual talk show created out of the need for a global learning community, and we focus on topics in education that directly impact Caribbean nations and diaspora nationals working across the globe. EduTalk features everybody in the education spectrum, and many of these people share their expertise on critical topics facing education today, with a common goal of moving education forward and our students upward. That's our goal. And I am your host, and my co-host here is Dr. Barker. Dr. Barker is CFO, what am I saying here? CAO, which is Academic Officer, Chief Academic Officer of Education Solutions International, Inc. And we're based in New York City. Dr. Barker is over there in the Great United Kingdom, Great Britain, United
Yes.
Kingdom in England. All right. Dr. Barker, it is the end of our show for the 2023 year.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, can you imagine we've been on air for
Wow.
three and a half roughly years now.
Going 3.5 years. Yeah.
Yeah,
Been,
this December. We started
yeah.
in June, June of that year. Geez, time flies.
Time flies. Time
Time
flies.
flies.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
talk about achieving goals and looking at impacting change to in our sphere.
Yeah. No doubt. No doubt. No, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah, you have quite an extraordinary journey to throughout this year, and closing off with a book that we highlighted. And we have featured some people on the show too that I mean they gave us a lot of views. We love the views, but they also are creating impact
Yes. Yeah.
in their own educational environment. Yeah. Pretty remarkable. Um so talk to us because we want to highlight a few things. I want you to talk to us about how the book is going, because we featured it twice, I think, twice or so. I know when you were writing it to talk about some of the content. How is it going? I see a lot of things on LinkedIn. People are commenting. How is it going?
No, no. Good evening to the viewers. As I said, moving everything forward, moving the students upwards. You know. So yeah. Good evening to the viewers, and obviously, happy holidays. And if you do get the chance, don't get a chance to connect before the new year, wishing you all a prosperous uh,
Yes.
new year. Now, this year, as you rightly pointed out, the book is doing well. The book is maybe far more than I thought it would be, but that's the nature of things. The book was more a passion project, but it's turned out to be quite a consequential book, in the sense of it does bring a number of important topics on a very niche issue, international education, but explores it in an extensive way, which makes it a very good book. Very happy with it. Uh, and the range of topics and the level, the quality of the writing, quality of the research
Mhm.
speaks for itself. So getting a lot of traction on universities, libraries who are looking at having it. Some traction around reviewing some courses that were done pre-COVID,
Mhm.
trying to develop those as well. But
Mhm.
yeah, getting a lot of traction. And
Okay.
we're already thinking about what the next project would be, whether
Yeah.
it's a book or so. And there are some small points right now as well. Um, Working on a book launch.
Yeah. I was
So
going to mention it to you
yeah,
to
there is
ask
a
you
book
about it.
launch that's coming.
Yeah.
And in the just looking at the right location to do it, whether it's
Mhm.
physical or virtual, that's
Mhm.
important. And yeah, just trying to just continuing to promote the book and hopefully make enough sales and situate itself
Mhm.
research space.
What do you hope to achieve from it though?
I mean, as I said, the beginning of it was simply a passion project, which is to provide to respond to the question about whether there is enough research in international education. So a lot of people will say that there wasn't, but I had begun to notice that there are quite a few pieces that were being published, but because no one had put all of them together in one space, it was easy for people to say, there's a shortage of research. Now, what my book or our book, my co-edited book is demonstrating to people that there is a wide range of information on international school, and we now need to use that knowledge to make it a better space rather than say we're exploring. Also looking
Yeah.
at the impact. So
Okay. And it's a powerful content for it's not just international schools, because it's a handbook of research on critical issues and global trends in international education or international schools. But it's
international.
not, yeah, it's not just for international schools, because I look at the content and any school leader can benefit from it.
Oh
Or
yeah, certainly. I
yeah.
mean, once you take the uniqueness of international schools away, the
Mhm.
issues themselves are across the board,
Yeah.
as you said, they're right across the board. I mean, belonging, connection, equity, multilingual learning,
Mhm.
those kind of things are quite prevalent in the book, and leadership through crisis, those kind of things. So,
Yeah, yeah. It's real. I commend you, Dr. Barker, on this, because it's a lot of work to put a book together, let alone by yourself, let alone the stress to organize so many researchers or people who have written their dissertation on topics, or people who are actually writers in the field, researchers and writers, to organize them from right across the globe. That is
yeah.
very powerful.
Yeah, I do have a strong team,
Yeah.
Liam and Robin has been with me in lockstep, but they it is a challenge to get
Yeah.
everyone on board, keep everyone flowing. Yeah, it is a challenge, but the end point is that we're where we are, and we're constantly looking at ways to
Mm. Yeah.
improve. If you can scroll down,
Okay. This is
yeah,
what we're talking about, guys.
yeah. Scroll all the way down. So yeah, if you stop there, if you come back here, go back up, go back up. Yeah, this is available for viewing for everyone. Further, keep going.
Down?
No, back. Yeah, right here. You can see all these PDFs that are available.
Oh,
You can
okay.
click on these to view different things. For example, if you click on the table of contents, you can see
Mm-hmm.
the full table of contents to give you a feel. As you
Mm.
can see, people from all over the world, US, UK, here, but if you keep going, you're gonna see people from UAE.
UAE, yeah, yeah.
You'll see
Guatemala,
yeah, Guatemala, China,
China,
Thailand,
Thailand, yeah.
so
Honduras, Turkey.
Turkey. So it's a book that is Germany there,
Mm-hmm.
Italy.
Germany, yeah.
Yeah, the range, the range is very, very wide.
Mm-hmm.
Austria. So you can see there's a lot of countries represented in terms of people in it and so on. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, and yeah, it is really a consequential book. What normally at me here, it should, yeah, this is
The preface.
the preface.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It's powerful, powerful image here you created for yourself, Dr. Barker. And for the co-authors, we didn't really talk about the co-authors so much, but congrats to Robin and Liam for
yeah,
putting this together with you as the team
the team,
there.
yeah.
Yeah. So Dr. Barker, we have come on a journey again, finishing up 1 year. And this is just one of the things we highlighted. We talked to principals about building engagement in schools, looking at how they look at leadership, how they're organizing leadership
Yeah,
during the time of COVID, right after. when you're trying to get back into school and some of the things that they're adapting. And we talk about technology. One of the
Yeah.
things we highlighted too is I want to say shout out to Dr. Jowala, Dr. Rohan Jowala. The guy is a tech savvy tech genius who is constantly learning and producing different products
Yeah.
with AI. And bringing him on the show, I tried to talk to him to come on there, but he's super busy. We have a date in the near future to
Yeah. Yeah.
highlight some of the things that he's doing. But we highlight some of these things on the show, and you even share some of the AI
Capability. Yeah.
capabilities and opportunities for people. Dr. Barker, there's something that you mentioned earlier this year, and I think you wrote about it too, where we say if we're using AI systems to create um, like products in education, then teachers, instead of shying away from technology or AI systems, we would say there's a phrase that you use. Um,
Embrace.
uh,
Embrace AI.
yeah, embrace it, but instead of when you're creating instructional activities, instead of questioning, asking students to respond to the question, you question the answer
Yeah. Yeah.
that they give you. Do you still hold that view when we see a lot of avenues for AI out there for in terms
Well,
of instruction?
well, the idea of questioning the answer is evaluation, right? Way up on the
Mhm.
Bloom's taxonomy, you
Yeah.
know. And what AI does is accelerate that process. Um, the reality of it is that for a learner who's using AI effectively, the 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 possibilities are endless. You know, if you want to learn even a language, you could use ChatGPT or whatever Bard to teach you. You don't need a tutor.
Mm-hmm.
Don't. And that's the world that we're coming into, a world where there will be big questions about the role of a teacher as not necessarily a conveyor of knowledge, but a facilitator of learning. And
Mm-hmm.
what does that look like? You know, where we used to be the pantheon of, what people need to know,
Mm-hmm.
knowledge, that role is changing rapidly because with AI, students already have the answers. So how does a teacher maintain relevance,
Mm-hmm.
continue learning,
Yeah.
and is allow and to the point where students see them as complementary to what
Yeah.
is on AI, as against someone who is maybe not as effective. So the role of the teacher will change considerably as AI becomes more and more prevalent and people begin to understand its full value.
Yeah.
Then bigger questions will come, like what is learning? Why are we learning? You know, because is it for knowledge in terms of repetition,
Mm-hmm.
or is it to develop a certain skill set?
Yeah.
You know?
I used to say that when you look at technology and the AI system, every single one of them, because I think the most recent video with even Dr. Joe Waller using about 11 different AI tools to create the video looking like a movie clip showing
Yeah,
different aspects. I call it the emerging potential because it's constantly emerging the potential of AI. And we use this potential and then we realize that we can push it a little bit more to make our life more advanced and use it to create every different things in the classroom, instructional activities, evaluation tools and so on that you're even doing with teacher evaluation and so on and observation. um let's explore, in my view, what I think, as you mentioned earlier, and I'm looking at the teacher as somebody who embodies this community um organization. They're creating community in the classroom.
Yeah.
And so with AI systems, we don't know if AI can create community yet and give that human feel. So in the whole realm of creating and organizing instructional activity, we still need teachers to build, sustain a type of community for students, to talk to them, to engage them
Yeah,
in
yeah, no
values.
integration.
Huh?
Yeah, of course, but does so the conception of a teacher is a person who is in a classroom, of a schedule, have a
Mhm,
group of kids that they're going to teach, have a report to write, have a subject here that you're specializing in, and
mhm,
deliver that knowledge to students who don't know this before. The reality of it, the needs for the world has always been the same. The root is different.
mhm,
And schools, workplaces still want to produce the best thinkers. So schools want to do that, still want to do that.
mhm.
So I think the big challenge is, what role does the teacher play now that the information, I mean, we had Google.
Yeah, we had Google.
What AI can do is same as Google, but
Mhm.
with a lot more power, a lot more
Yeah.
power, a lot more
And
power,
precision.
a lot more precise, in
Yeah.
power. So students will become more sophisticated at it, and traditional approaches to teaching will suffer.
Mhm,
Not necessarily with the students not learning, but by the teacher's credibility being undermined.
mhm.
So
Yeah, yeah. So you have to become more sharper and also using the skills. Using technologies is also giving it what you think you need from it. Like the
yeah.
outcome. We still have to look at our outcomes and say, this is what I want, so I'm gonna plug in this input in there because I
There's a
want
lot of
this output.
there's a lot of resources online that provide these little, they call them cheat sheets.
Yeah, yeah, I saw the
There's
cheap sheet.
also the development of the concept called prompt engineering,
Mm-hmm.
which is the ability to ask questions of AI that will produce meaningful, impactful responses.
Mm-hmm.
But what makes AI separate from, say, Google in many, many ways? There are many, but one of them is simply, with Google, you have to keep refining your search to find what you want. With AI, you have the same issue, but you are able to have a conversation around it, meaning you're modifying it constantly. So effectively, why prompt engineering is a powerful tool,
Mm-hmm.
it's not an important tool in terms of if you want it to be effective with AI, simply because AI has a capacity to adjust as you give it more information. So if
Mm-hmm.
you said to them, can you write me a lesson plan for mathematics on the topic of trigonometry?
Mm-hmm.
AI will produce it, but you can still go back to it right away and say, all right, thanks for this.
Yes.
I have 3 students who are ADHD,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
2 of them who are learning our first language Turkish speakers. How do I improve this lesson?
Mm-hmm.
ChatGPT, which I'm very familiar with, you'll do it in 3-4 seconds.
Yes, yes.
And then you can say, what about a rubric to assess this?
Mm-hmm.
So, and then, you can keep challenging it, like to go back to the lesson and ensure that the key focus is for students to develop the competency of self-management.
Yes, yes.
It will go back to it and fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Google doesn't have that
No,
capacity, because
no.
Google relies on something to have already been produced,
Mm-hmm.
or to produce it. While ChatGPT still rely on something to be produced, but it
Mm-hmm.
is not reproducing it.
Yeah.
It is taking what is, it's bringing together into one idea. So
Mm-hmm.
it's far more powerful in that regard,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
far more.
Yeah, I'm glad. I mean, honestly, it's rich what you're saying there because we can use the technology to create what we want, but also we drive change in terms of student growth and student academic growth. And then on the flip side of that, we as capable adults in a classroom or wherever we meet the students who are learning, then we talk about the competency, the executive functioning skills that they need to manage themselves and their time, and their own, even their own thinking around stuff.
Yeah.
And then help them to build community, help them to, put aside some more time to talk to each other, to mix and mingle with their classmates or even with their family member instead of going off. And so, recently I have a student in my school that I work in, and she actually is training her ChatGPT AI system to actually respond and talk in a way that it is similar to how she would reflect on some aspect
Yeah.
of the writing. So she was telling me about the prompt that she would put into ChatGPT, just like what you said. And then after she sees what it's saying, and she's actually having some guiding questions in her mind,
Yeah. Yeah.
she would say, okay, I need ChatGPT to refine it this way and to refine
Yeah.
it this
It
way.
will. It will.
And Miguel, this is an 11-year-old child. This is not an adult or a guru at AI systems, but to show you how you can manipulate it and also train it, that we talk
Yeah.
about too on the program, to see how we can use it to achieve our goal, to help us to become more competent in our own thinking and our processing of information. We can become more competent too in that.
100%.
Yeah. So
It's a step
it,
change. It's a
uh-huh.
step change.
So should we become more evaluative instead of becoming more, in terms of our creativity? Should we become more evaluative of the information that we're getting out of it? Or is it that we have to know what we want in each paragraph, so to speak, and then at the same time become evaluative of the system? Or should we just say, okay, I wanted to write this thing, I want to produce this thing, I want to do this video with I want to see what it produced, and then later on I would say, no, I don't really want this thing, I need it to change? Should we become more evaluative, or should we constantly, be a type of um like kind of like holding its hand, guiding it to
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
we want it to be?
Well, I think the second one is more likely because of its ability to mimic a human.
Mm,
The way
mm.
it functions, it's almost like you're talking to a human, and but never gets tired, able to do everything
I never
very,
get frustrated.
never get frustrated. I
Mm,
mean, it hallucinates, it can create information, but that's where the key to this one is not walking into a room and wasn't able to do one thing and then it does it for you.
mm.
The key is you still need to have an idea what you want.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If you don't, you're gonna put rubbish out. So you still need to know what quality looks like. You still
Yeah.
need it's evaluative mode. So if you put a prompt in and it comes out with something, you can't say, well, ChatGPT said that. You can keep modifying it.
Mm-hmm,
And as I said, the beauty is that you can modify it there and then,
mm-hmm.
and it will help you to modify it. Now, imagine in the past before that when you go on Google and you're looking for a lesson idea and you find it. You now need to modify it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Barker, let's talk a little bit because we're looking at different topics that we focus on this year. But we're winding down because of the time as we are. We don't want to stress
Yeah,
people out with a lot of information.
yeah,
Um, let's talk about the idea of educational leadership and organizing these aspects of instruction such as ChatGPT and so on around educational leadership. Do you think educational leadership should change, or should we continue the way that we're doing with evaluating teachers, observing them, giving them a score? What about the students? Are they learning, evaluating students? What do you think as an educational leader yourself? where do you see us going in terms of education from the perspective of an educational leader?
I mean, the role won't change, you know.
The role won't change.
No, it won't. Educational leaders ultimately have one goal, better outcomes for their students.
Yeah.
And for that to happen, your teachers have to serve the needs of the students. And for that to happen, the leader has to serve the needs of the teachers.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a line of service in only one direction. You know, if the teacher starts serving the principal, something wrong. And if the students start serving the teachers, something is wrong. So the education has always been about care and connection.
Mm-hmm.
And even with the technology that exists, it won't change that. It just won't. Those things
Yeah.
will still be needed. Teachers still need to show care, you know, teachers still need to understand the people in front of them. So while we can get AI to do a lot of things, certain things it's still not capable of doing on its own.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
those can soon be the norm, right? That we don't
Yeah.
have.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I totally agree. I think and some of the things that we probably should change to is the articles that I see coming from education journals and so on that some people in educational institutions stop people from using the AI systems and
that's not for long.
yeah, yeah, they're fighting against the system that is ultimately going to take over, whether we like it or not.
Not for long, not for long.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a futile
Futile fight. Yeah,
fight
futile
because
fight.
the tool
Um,
is powerful. And
yeah.
if learning is a goal, then the next question is if you're expecting students to be remembering, then you're keeping them very low on the Bloom's taxonomy anyway.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it's true.
the idea is that how do you leverage your technology to
Yeah.
produce high quality learning experiences that those which are now possible because
Mm-hmm.
of the presence of AI,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and teaching teams need to sit together and think hard about that. Like, what can we use this to do better?
Mm-hmm.
Something that we didn't do well, what can we use it to do?
Mm-hmm.
It's a
Mm-hmm.
powerful setup, you know. At the
Yeah,
moment, but yeah,
yeah. All right, thank you. Thank you very much, Barker. Barker, you want to say, because we have a few little things that we want to round up with the year. We're not gonna be back on the air until 2024, January, the first Tuesday in January 2024. Say something to our viewers that, we have been on here with many of them watch us over and over and over
uh,
again. Yeah.
well, you know, I mean, first of all, you have to thank the viewers. Please feel free after watching a video if you want to ask questions, please do. We'll do our best. But
Yeah.
on the side of it, if you're benefiting from this, you should spread the news as well. Let people know about it. Let people come on in and watch the videos on YouTube. As I say,
Yeah.
ask questions, but also learn, you know, with a willingness to learn. That is the key.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because a lot of the content that we are talking about is just doing our own research, talking to other people. And then a lot of times we invite people on here as special guests is because we ourselves want to know more about that topic. We don't know, we're not experts in that area, so we want to find out
Yeah,
what is happening out there. How can we help our people to understand this? And that's your ultimate goal of the show.
yeah.
Thank you very much, Barca. I'm indebted to you to be here to all the time. With 52 weeks of the year doing this.
I miss a few, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah, regardless of, but we still talk and
Happy New Year to you and your family as well, you know.
thank
And
you. Yes.
all
Happy
of our
holidays,
all
Merry
of our
Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and happy 2024 when it comes to
so like a long time away when you hear that, but no, it is not far.
it's not far. Jeez. Thank you very much, viewers, for being on with us. This has been EduTalk. I wish you all the best. I hope you're learning something from us. And we're winding down the year. We will see you in January, the first Tuesday in January. 2024 with a brand new year. We're starting off a brand new year. New look for EduTALK and the new people on the show.
All right.
Bright Sparks. See you
Walk
guys
good,
in
that's it.
2024.
Walk good,
Huh?
walk good, walk good.
Yeah,
Walk good.
walk good. Walk good, everybody. Talk to you soon. Thank you so much for joining us on EduTalk. See you next year. All right. Bye,
Okay.
everybody.
Bye-bye.